hey, if you're a poker player that is trying to get ahead, make more money, and actually start crushing games, not just at home, but in the casino and pretty much anywhere else you play, then this is going to be the most important video you ever see. And here's why. There's a big dispute in the industry, kind of a back and forth. Should I be playing game theory optimal or should I be playing exploitative? Well, the thing about it is that you want to be able to have a balance of both. We all know that's the answer, but it's always hard to do. Well, now it's just become a lot easier because with RangeFlow AI, which is a new platform out there, it's showing you based on over 4 million trained hands. And this is literally growing every single day. So or at the moment, over 4 million trained hands it has been trained on that. It has analyzed it. And what it's done is it's discovered all the game theory optimal approaches on how to win, but it's also found all of the leaks that most players have after analyzing over 4 million hands. So, for example, it's discovered that overfolding, that a lot of people are overfolding the turn versus barrels. There's also a lot of people that are calling with second and third pair, depending on the player type. And so a lot of folks are missing thin value on rivers. And so there's over 47 different leaks that it's analyzed. And it's going to show you exactly how to exploit your opponents and also how to play a theoretically sound game, but what you'll understand because of RangeFlow AI, how to profitably deviate for maximum profits in your game. Now, one of the cool things I love about this, obviously, is that the simulator is just super cool. So here's how the simulator works. So obviously, we click on the simulate area over here to the left. You can change if you want to look at your view in big blinds or dollars. I always like big blinds, so I'll keep it there. Then you can change what stakes you want to play, right? You can enter them manually if you want to play like 100, 200 or something, or you can do 1, 2, 2, 5, 5, 10, 50 cent a dollar. You can choose your stack size, whether you want to be playing 100 big blinds deep or 500 big blinds deep or 1,000 big blinds deep. I like the 500. The type of advice you're going to get from the simulator will be different and modifies based on your stack depth because RangeFlow AI is training you on how to play at each level at each stack depth. So what you're doing at 100 big blinds is not necessarily what you would do if you are 1,000 big blinds deep. Like if you have pocket queens and you're 100 big blinds deep, sure, you're not scared of getting it all in pre-flop. But if you got 1,000 big blinds, do you really want to go all in for 1,000 big blinds with pocket queens? Probably not, right? And so there's a way of playing with each stack depth. And the cool thing here that I like is you can choose the hand quality filter. So if you have this all the way off, basically, you'll play everything from 7 deuce to pocket aces. If you end up using if you shift it all the way over to the right, you can play, basically the top 20% of hands. Every once in a while it'll throw in a kind of garbage hand, but for the most part you play all the top hands. So you click on that, you say you want to play 6 max or 9 max. I'll just click 6 max. Play what position you want to be in. Let's do cutoff. Now click next hand. Okay, now it puts me in the cutoff position. And what's cool here is it'll actually say what type of players, because it's analyzed over 4 million hands. It knows there's different types of players out there. It'll say, hey, this is a reg you're playing. So you're going to want to play differently against this person versus the whale, right? Or versus the nit over here. And so it looks like this is kind of a reg and nit kind of happy table with one big whale. So I have 4-5. Somebody opened, under the gun opened. It was 3-bet by middle position, 4-5 with 500 big blinds deep. I mean, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to go ahead and click fold. Then it was 4-bet. That's crazy. Okay, now here's what's pretty cool. It'll tell me right here this was a good decision or a bad decision. Here it said it's optimal. Folding 5 diamonds, 4 diamonds in this ultra deep multi-way pre-flop spot is a good decision. You're facing a 3-bet from middle position after an under the gun open, which means the ranges are very strong. Your hand, 4-5 of diamonds, is a speculative hand that relies heavily on implied odds and positions to be profitable, neither of which you have here. Against players who overfold to 4-bets, you could consider 4-bet bluffing with hands that have good blockers, but 5-4 of diamonds does not fit that profile. Okay, well, that's pretty sick. pick. That's great, right? So it'll tell you, what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. Now let's just jump to another one for fun. Um, so next hand, okay. Oh, whoops. We'll click skip. Okay, so next hand, and it's got me actually right now at 100 big blinds deep. So let's say it gets, okay, raised, called. I'm just going to shove all in here. I think it's kind of a ridiculous play to shove all in like that, but hey, maybe not, who knows? Um, Okay, mistake. You have a premium pocket pair, pocket aces, and are phasing a raise and a call. While three betting is the correct action, your sizing of 100 big blinds is effectively an all in, which is a massive overbet and will only get called by hands that crush you, like kings or, well, obviously, I'm not getting crushed by kings here, but yeah, you're only getting called. Like if I had ace five suited here, for example, and I just shoved all in at that same type of action, right? So it says sizing, you're sizing 100 big blinds, an overbet. Um, it'll tell you recommended sizing would be 3 to 3.5x the open. Against players who are inelastic callers, call big bets at the same rate as small bets. You could size up your value bets. However, against most opponents, this massive overbet with aces will scare away all but the strongest hands, preventing you from building a larger pot against a weaker range. So the correct line, if I click that, here's what I should have done, right? So super, super valuable, right? And so that's why one of the things I really love about that. And then if I click end session, it'll give me essentially how I did during those sessions, right? Did I perform well? Did I not? And it'll even analyze the leaks that it triggered based on this training. So you have a premium pocket pair. So it's basically, I only played two hands. So this was one of my leaks, right? So if I play 5 or 10 of these hands and then go and click end session and look at my results, it'll tell me how good or how badly I did. And then I can go ahead and review hands if I want to go ahead and type some in. Or if you're a poker grinder that plays online, then you can upload your hand history. But let's say I have a hand history here that I want analyzed, and I actually have one saved, so I'm just going to paste it in. So here's like just an example 1-200 big blinds deep hand. All right, now if I click analyze hand, RangeFlowAI is now going to analyze this hand that we pasted in, and it's going to tell us, here's what you did right, here's what you did wrong, here's what you could improve, right? And so say it's mostly optimal. You played the hand well after the first cards were dealt, yada yada. Suggested line is what I should do here to this amount of money. So and it's breaking down everything here extremely clearly, right? And so like it identified leaks, flatting ace king suited on the button against a cutoff open. When you have a very good hand like ace king, you should almost always re-raise if someone else raises first. This builds the pot for you, right? So there's tons of stuff inside here, like pool data. You've got this exploit lab. It's got, like I said, over 47 different leaks here that you can go and actually take a look at and try to drill and analyze and get better at exploiting. Glossary of terms if you're totally new and you're just like, hey, what the heck does EV mean? Or expected value. Okay, well, that's what this means. Here's an example of it. And so you've got a really cool glossary here that, oh, it's because, let me delete expected value. Yeah, so you've got a really cool glossary here that shows you all of the phrases, all of the words that you're ever going to need to know inside of poker. So if you're totally new, that's going to really help you. Right. And then there's a cool little affiliate area where you can become an affiliate and share your link. And for anyone that signs up, you get 50% commissions every single month just from that. You don't have to, you don't have to do anything for that. You're just sharing your link on social media. If you like RangeFlow AI, someone clicks on it, signs up. Well, now you're getting paid 50% of that every single month, right? So a lot of people do that, and that's how they, have a nice little side income. They can make 500, $1,000 a month extra, and it really helps. So RangeFlow AI, check it out. There's so many other things I could have shown you, but I didn't want to make this like a 2-hour video or something. So check it out. I know it's going to be something you love, and it's definitely going to improve your game. Check it out.